This is what narcissists do to you when you find out how bad their behavior is. Greetings everyone, and a cordial welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's session, we will explore the anticipated responses of a narcissist upon realizing your awareness of their true nature. If you are contemplating confronting the narcissist, disclosing their actions, or merely making it evident that you recognize their authentic self, I'm here to provide guidance on what you can generally expect in return. For those who are new to our community, I extend a sincere invitation to join us. Feel free to subscribe and click the notification bell to become a part of our growing audience. I regularly upload fresh content designed to empower and educate you. In today's conversation, our focus centers on the reactions you may encounter from a narcissist once they discover your awareness of their true self. Whether you are contemplating actions to expose or confront them, being well prepared and understanding the potential responses is crucial. Awareness of what lies ahead can assist you in navigating the situation with greater insight and caution. 1. Narcissists vigorously defend their concocted persona, a carefully constructed alternate reality. This delusional belief in their own perfection and superiority is a narrative they've woven for themselves. It's crucial to recognize that they remain unwilling to hear or acknowledge any version of reality conflicting with this manufactured self-image and their deeply held beliefs. When this fabricated reality is under threat, they perceive it as a dire situation. The fear of exposure terrifies them, given their limited impulse control, lack of empathy, and infrequent experiences of guilt or remorse. This can create a particularly precarious situation for the victim. The narcissist is well aware that to restore a sense of security within their fantasy world, they must reaffirm control and dominance over you. Hence, the primary expectation regarding a narcissist's response is the utilization of an array of gaslighting techniques. When suspecting that you're penetrating their facade, they will employ various strategies to distort and manipulate your emerging comprehension of them, often resorting to gaslighting. Their efforts will center on persuading you that your perception of them is inaccurate, challenging what you believe you observed or heard. They will subtly imply flaws in your interpretation, question your cognitive processes, and suggest a decline in your mental well-being. Simultaneously, they will assert that they remain the same flawless, exemplary individuals they've consistently portrayed, placing the blame squarely on you. The ultimate objective is to induce confusion, leading you to question your own judgments, all with the aim of facilitating a seamless return to the established norm. In situations involving a relationship with such individuals, brace yourself for a gaslighting component characterized by intense love bombing. The love bombing will be lavish and relentless, aiming to swiftly draw you back into their sphere of influence, a historical and effective tactic frequently employed by narcissists. 2. It is essential to recognize that narcissists are adept at projection, a psychological defense mechanism where one attributes their undesirable traits, thoughts, behaviors, and failures to another person. Essentially, the narcissist shifts blame onto you for the very actions they are guilty of. They will accuse you of engaging in the abuses they have committed, spreading the lies they have told, and possessing the negative personality traits they themselves exhibit. In a twisted reversal, they project their own shortcomings onto you. They may go to the extent of labeling you as the narcissist, branding you as selfish or terrible, and accusing you of embodying the very monster they are. This predictable strategy is a common tactic employed by narcissists, and it is imperative for you to discern it as a desperate endeavor to deflect blame and evade responsibility. 3. Narcissists have gained notoriety for their adeptness in manipulating and leveraging your emotions of compassion and guilt. Their tactic involves portraying themselves as victims to elicit sympathy from you and make you feel culpable for their misdeeds. For example, they may endeavor to persuade you that you possess a deeper understanding of them than anyone else and that they are incapable of engaging in reprehensible behavior. Alternatively, they might narrate accounts of a traumatic past, asserting statements like, "I endured a profoundly abusive childhood, and my current demeanor is a result of my parents' lack of love." They will sketch a narrative of a life marked by unrelenting harshness, attributing their problematic behaviors to these challenging circumstances. Their argument centers on the belief that if you could love them in the way they deserve or extend the compassion and empathy they've never received, everything would be rectified. Regardless of the specific strategies employed, it is certain that they will wield guilt and pity as manipulative instruments to exert control and maintain emotional entanglement. It is crucial to recognize that these tactics are merely tools and do not authentically reflect the narcissist's true nature. They constitute an effort to divert attention from their own shortcomings and retain control over you. 4. Narcissists will endeavor to instill fear and intimidation. Utilizing fear as a weapon, they seek to cultivate a sense of dread and uncertainty within you. Keep in mind that the narcissist has meticulously observed, manipulated, and exploited your vulnerabilities over a considerable duration. They are well versed in your insecurities and fears, employing statements like, "No one else will ever care for you," or "You're too advanced in age to find alternative companionship," or even, "Surviving in this world without my financial support is beyond your capability." They exploit your insecurities and vulnerabilities, using fear as their primary instrument. 5. The narcissist consistently positions themselves as the victim, a predictable pattern. Employing every available means, they strive to persuade you that they are helpless victims entangled in various unfortunate circumstances. Their claims may extend to being victims of life's adversities, your alleged mistreatment, a traumatic childhood, or challenging situations in their professional life. Irrespective of the specific context, their narrative consistently casts them as the aggrieved party. An often used strategy involves pointing the finger at you as the source of their woes. It's noteworthy how frequently this accusation arises, abruptly turning you into the wrongdoer while presenting themselves as innocent victims. According to their version of events, everything would be harmonious if not for the purported relentless abuse they've suffered at your hands. This strategy is particularly cunning, capable of instilling doubt in your own experiences and memories, contributing to the phenomenon known as gaslighting. Regardless of how they manipulate the storyline, be assured that the narcissist will ingeniously assume the role of the victim. Recognizing these tactics as manipulative strategies intended to exert control and maintain emotional entanglement is crucial. 6. Narcissists often erupt into episodes of narcissistic rage, especially in response to narcissistic injuries. As you begin to perceive them not as the person you initially believed, but rather as the true narcissist they are, this realization inflicts a profound narcissistic injury upon them. Consequently, you should anticipate and brace yourself for their potentially explosive reaction, possibly manifesting as a violent rage. This response can be viewed as their frantic effort to protect their self-perceived superiority and maintain control over you. 7. The narcissist is inclined to resort to bullying, manifesting in diverse forms, ranging from explicit threats to subtle intimidation tactics. They might insist on your silence regarding their true nature, issuing threats of repercussions should you dare to expose them. Alternatively, they may leverage your past mistakes as weapons to diminish and humiliate you. Mockery and ridicule for recognizing their narcissistic behavior might also be part of their repertoire. The overarching objective of their bullying is to reinstate control and dominance, compelling you to conform to their preferred narrative. They seek your compliance, transforming you into an oblivious accomplice in their egocentric pursuits. The narcissist anticipates your subservience to facilitate their desires and ambitions without resistance, relying on your submission to perpetuate their cycle of manipulation and control. 8. Narcissists employ a tactic known as leveling, wherein they endeavor to equate their character and actions with yours, attempting to position both of you on the same moral ground. They work to convince you that any past missteps on your part are equally or even more egregious than their own transgressions. This artful maneuver aims to instill doubt in your moral compass and deflect attention from their own culpability. I advise responding to this tactic with a knowing smile and resisting the urge to engage. Regardless of any past actions, if you are an empath entangled with a narcissist, there is no comparison between your actions and the narcissist's. Nevertheless, due to our empathic disposition, we may be susceptible to considering and potentially accepting this false equivalence. It is imperative to recognize it as a trap and refrain from taking the bait. 9. should the narcissist discern that you've pierced through their facade. Realizing there's no chance of deceiving you again, they are likely to initiate or intensify a smear campaign, possibly one that's already underway. They will extend their reach to anyone within their sphere of influence, disseminating rumors to tarnish your reputation. The labels they affix might cast you as the narcissist, the abuser, or even include accusations of mental instability. This well-worn tactic aims to isolate you and erode your credibility, and you should brace yourself for an unrelenting smear campaign during this phase. 10. As a means of manipulation, a narcissist might resort to blackmail, a grim reality some victims must confront. Threats may include reaching out to your workplace to spread damaging rumors, jeopardizing your job. Alternatively, they may use the prospect of contacting your family to control your actions, sowing discord. Narcissists are not above approaching your family members, seeking to turn them against you as part of their strategy to punish and isolate you. It's essential not to underestimate their willingness to resort to blackmail, as narcissists prioritize their own interests and pursuit of victory, deploying blackmail if it serves their purpose. 11. All abusers, including narcissists, employ a tactic known as DRVO, an acronym representing deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. This formula is essentially used to shift blame onto the victims while portraying the abusers as victims themselves. It's a common strategy employed by many sexual predators when confronted. They deny the allegations, attack the victim's credibility or reputation, and skillfully spin the narrative to present themselves as victims and the actual victims as offenders. Narcissists are adept at employing this simple yet effective formula. If you ever find yourself on the receiving end of this tactic, it's crucial not to react emotionally or defensively, as that is a response they anticipate. Instead, confront them by saying, "Nice attempt at using DRVO. Better luck next time with your next victim." This shows your awareness of their manipulative tactics and signals that you are not easily deceived or manipulated. The knowledge that you are not a passive victim, but an individual who understands and can counter their tactics can serve as a powerful deterrent. As we conclude, it is crucial to emphasize the necessity of having supportive networks during this challenging period. This is a time when you may grapple not only with the trauma bond and cognitive dissonance, but also with various other emotional and psychological struggles. Your mind under these circumstances is likely to waver and oscillate. At one moment, you may be convinced that he or she is a narcissist, and in the next, doubt may cloud your judgment, leading you to question your own perceptions. This fluctuation in certainty is a consequence of psychological abuse, a side effect of the manipulation and control you have endured. During such times, having a support system comprising individuals who truly understand your experience becomes invaluable. They can help ground you in reality, reminding you of the truth when your mind attempts to convince you otherwise. Support can take various forms, such as seeking guidance from a narcissistic abuse coach, specializing in navigating these complex situations like myself. Alternatively, working with a therapist well-versed in the nuances of narcissistic abuse can be beneficial. Joining a narcissistic abuse recovery support group is also an effective way to connect with others undergoing similar experiences. Reaching out for support during this period is not merely beneficial, it is crucial. It is an essential step towards recovery and plays a significant role in ensuring your safety during this arduous journey. That concludes the content for today. If you found the information helpful or insightful, your appreciation in the form of a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Additionally, please consider subscribing to my channel and activating the notification bell. I consistently release new videos each day, providing valuable insights and advice on coping with narcissistic abuse. Your support is instrumental in enabling me to continue this important work. And as always, have a nicer day, everyone.